friends. It's a beautiful day out, and before we start feeding today, we're going to do a quick modification to the TNS trip hopper. Now, some of you have seen this before. It's been featured in another video back in the spring of 19, and I really like this unit. I was able to find it at a reasonable price used. It's fairly old, I think, in terms of years, but not in use. Needs a coat of paint, but other than that, it's in great shape. What's really great about this is, unlike a lot of these other hoppers to feed with, this thing has this hopper on the side, and it collects a measured amount of feed, and then it trips the door and spits it out in a pile on the ground, which works really well for me. Much better than just dribbling it along. It's a lot easier for the cows to clean up. And primarily, this is used to fill feed bunks, so that's not a big deal, but if I want to feed out in the pasture, it's nice, and it makes it easier also to tell how much I'm feeding, because I can count those thumps every time they go around. So I contacted TNS and I told them, I said, hey, I'm just running this off of a battery, because these are originally made to be hardwired into your pickup. But I said, I'm running it on a trailer behind my tractor. I'm just using a battery to power it. It sure would be nice if it was remote control. And they're like, hey, we got a kit for that. And so I ordered it, and this is what they sent me. It comes with a battery box. And inside of the battery box, they've got it wired up with a solenoid, a little receiver unit, and it's got all the power cords here made to plug into the existing line, quick coupler line that was there before, and a couple of remote little buttons here to turn things on and off, and even a strap. So what we're going to do is we're going to set the battery in here and get this all hooked up and see if we can get her going. Oh yeah, it even comes with a fused link, so if you short something out, it kicks the breaker. Alright, I'm going to be just using a regular Group 24 deep cycle battery. It should fit right in here. Try not to get it on top of anything. Alright. Something doesn't seem right here. Okay, so there we go. So all we need to do now is hook this up. Looks like we're going to hook the positive on here. And there's a wire that goes to our receiver. I actually think I'm going to put underneath, because it looks a little bit more fragile. Okay, I'm going to screw that down. Grab a wrench. Okay, we'll snug this up a little bit. Now we can hook up the ground side. Snug that one down too. Well, there. Okay. And that should be all there is to it. Before we put the box top on, plug this thing in. And let's grab one of these remotes. Oh, sweet. Those cows get used to hearing that bang, and they really come running when they hear it. All right, let's put the top back on here. We'll make those wires all come out the same hole. There she is, all nice and weather tight, so more or less. Something didn't quite latch there, did it? There we go. Okay, so couple of small modifications that could be made to this is like I could set it up so that there was a quick coupler on there to hook it up to a charger. You could, even if you wanted to, put a solar charger on top of this thing, since it is going to sit outside most of the time, and it should work just fine. I gotta push this button one more time because this is too cool. Yeah. Let's check the other one. Yep, they work. So there's a spare, so in case you have something happen to one of them, there's always another one to go. It looks like they came with a couple of lanyards, make it a little harder to lose, hopefully. All right, well, I'm going to strap this box down and we'll put some peas in here and we'll go see how this thing works. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is get some peas in here. So we're going to run over here and fire up the little Honda and see if we can get her to run. Get some material moved. So to get this calibrated, I have a very simple and highly accurate bucket method. Okay, so one of these buckets holds 40 pounds. I know that because I weighed it on my wife's highly accurate bathroom scales. So we're going to see how long it takes to fill this up. I'm going to say very close to 10 pounds per thump. We need 120 pounds per trough. That means 12 thumps per each feed trough. Should be simple enough. Even I can do that. I can count that high with my shoes still on. If you come out here and I'm running around in the krill, my bare feet, you'll know that the thumps got to be too many. Well, I'm just getting started, and I'm already thinking this is a huge improvement. Before, I used to jump off, hook up the battery, make a run for the tractor and try to get there before I made a mess. Now it's just count 12 thumps, shut it off, move to the next one. Turn it on, count 12 more thumps, you're done. So, the ultimate question is still, what will the ladies think? Well, the ladies are enthusiastically approving. so I guess that's a good sign. They don't get peas very often, but everybody needs a treat once in a while. And depending on the weather, I might give them a feed of this maybe once a week. If it gets really cold, I might do it a little more often. Stretch out the hay pile a little farther. This works best when it's a little cooler. It was almost 50 degrees out there, and they will tramp a little of that into the ground if the ground is soft. But in general, it's surprising what a good job they do at cleaning that up. I would have thought that most of it would be wasted if I hadn't tried this a few times already. It's best if the ground is frozen, or even better into some really cold snow, and they won't leave anything behind. And with that, I think I'll bid you farewell for the night. Merry Christmas, everybody. May God bless and keep you in the holiday seasons, the new year. Catch you next time.